Adventure Time. Do you guys watch Adventure Time? The Red Ruby Apple, Adventure Time themed title. I couldn't draw a tree trunk, so I just drew LSP. Hey guys, Ray Pahar from Get Crafty Crafty, and today I'm going to show you how to make apple crisp, along with teaching you guys how to make your own fresh whipped cream. This is our first Get Crafty Crafty cooking tutorial. A lot of you guys have requested on Instagram and on Facebook to have a cooking themed project, so I'm gonna start doing all these cool cooking projects throughout fall. Today we're gonna start off with a simple project, which is the apple crisp, and it's a really easy project to make, especially if you don't have a strong baking background. Let's go ahead and get started with today's project. The items that you'll need for today's project include apples, cinnamon, nutmeg, 2/3 of a cup of flour, 2/3 of a cup of sugar, 2/3 of a cup of oats, half a cup of brown sugar, a baking tray, 8 tablespoons or 1 stick of butter, mixing bowls. To make your whipped cream, you're gonna need 1 large metal bowl, some heavy whipping cream, and a metal whisk. For this project, you're going to need access to an oven. First, preheat your oven to 375 degrees and place your large metal bowl inside the freezer so it can chill. To prep your apples, you're going to wash, cut, and peel your apples. You want to cut your apples into small bite-sized pieces, and you also want to make sure that you take the core out. I usually like to cut them into about thirds after I've cut them into smaller pieces. Once you finish cutting your apples, you're going to combine half a cup of brown sugar and then 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, along with 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. Go ahead and carefully mix this all together. You could either use a wooden spoon, or if you don't mind getting messy, you can go ahead and use your hands, as long as you've washed your hands. Go ahead and mix it all together. Once you've mixed all of your apples and brown sugar together, go ahead and just scatter it on top of your baking tray. For this, I know I'm gonna have a few extra apples because I used an extra apple for this project. I lined up some muffin trays so that I could make some mini apple crisp. Go ahead and spread out your apples. Set your apples aside, and now you're going to prep your butter. Take your stick of butter, and what you're going to do is cut it up into smaller cubes while still keeping it in its solid form. In a separate bowl, combine your 2/3 cup of flour, your 2/3 cup of sugar, and your 2/3 cup of oats. Mix that well together. Using your hands, you're gonna throw your butter inside your mix and then just crumble it up until you have small crumbles. After you've mixed your topping, go ahead and crumble it right on top of your apples. You wanna spread it around just so that there's an even distribution of crumbles, and you wanna avoid creating big pieces just so that it would bake evenly. After you've applied your crumble on top of your apples, go ahead and put this in the oven at 375 degrees for 30 to 45 minutes. Do this until the top is golden brown and crispy and the apples have started to bubble. While your apple crisp is baking, you're gonna go ahead and make your whipped cream. Combine 1 tablespoon of sugar and 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Using your whisk and your cold bowl, you're just gonna go ahead and whip your cream. It's gonna take a good amount of time to do this. Keep whipping it until it is fluffy. It's gonna take a good amount of whipping for your whipping cream to actually get to the right consistency. You wanna get it to the point where it's thick and it's stuck to your bowl. After you've baked your apple crisp for about 35 to 45 minutes, it should be golden brown. Let it cool down, and then just go ahead and slice a nice piece for your plate. Oh, so many crumbles, yeah. Add a dollop of your freshly whipped cream onto the top, and you are done with your crisp. Once you guys have plated your apple crisp and have topped it off with whipped cream, go ahead and enjoy it. Apple crisp is served best when it's warm, and just like apple pie, it tastes great either with a dollop of whipped cream or some fresh, really cool ice cream. Thanks again for watching Get Crafty Crafty. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our first fall-themed cooking tutorial. Make sure you check out our last video, which was the November Michaels haul. And before I go, I'm going to announce who won the Raava cutout from our last little giveaway. It goes to Superflash06, whose favorite characters are Finn and Jake from Adventure Time, which, funny enough, I have an Adventure Time themed background for this week's chalk art. Thanks again for watching, and hopefully you guys get to make this. If you do, make sure you share it on our Facebook page, Instagram, or Twitter. And yeah, come back next time. Take care.